Hey everyone, Off the Mic Sports Network here. Another edition of Off the Top Rope. Big news in the world of professional wrestling. We are in Royal Rumble week. It's on Saturday. Big story breaks on Monday. Sean Ross Sapp, multiple outlets reporting that Jordynne Grace, formerly of TNA, has officially signed with WWE. This is the worst kept secret in the business. Jordynne Grace was always heading to WWE. She showed up in the Royal Rumble as a shocker last year. She made multiple appearances on NXT television. She dropped the women's championship. I think it bound for glory to Masha Slamovich, and then she puts over Tessa Blanchard in what was kind of a controversial thing in her going away match. But she's gone. She's heading to WWE. This is a massive get for WWE to add to their already loaded women's division. Jordynne Grace is, a different breed, a different kind of female superstar. Like she is a powerhouse. She is just, she's different. And we've seen that for years since we saw her on the independent scenes, spends a lot of time in TNA. She was a great knockouts champion for a lot of years. And this was a no-brainer, especially after what happened in 2024 with the NXT appearances, showing up with the Impact Championship, obviously this working relationship with TNA. And Jordynne had maxed out in TNA. Like what more was there for her to do? I mean, yeah, she could have had the Tessa Blanchard like push and try to go for the world title, but I don't know if she wanted to do that. And I don't know if TNA was going to want to do like an intergender match because like that's for some reason on major television, that's kind of taboo. But now she goes to WWE and now becomes an interesting, situation here in regards to the Women's Royal Rumble. Say what you will about it. It's going to be exciting, but it hasn't been very well built. And a lot of people have migrated to Io Sky as potentially being the winner of this match. I would make an argument. Jordynne Grace is a dark horse contender to win this match, especially just being a high profile signing and the way that she has been presented. It's not a wild theory to see potentially that Jordynne Grace potentially wins the Women's Royal Rumble on Saturday. I would expect her to have a really good showing at minimum. And then based off how this result goes, I don't know where she's going to end up. Could she end up on Raw? Could she end up on SmackDown? Could she go to NXT? To be honest with you, I honestly think she's ready for the main roster. Going to NXT, to be honest with you, there's so many women down in that division, and you've got Julia now as the women's champion, the women's NXT champion. And then you've got Stephanie Vaquer is eventually going to be the women's North American champion. It seems like they're delaying the inevitable title change with Fallon Henley. But I could totally see a scenario where Jordynne Grace ends up ultimately, going in the main roster. And, maybe she wins this match. And hey, why not set up a match with Rhea Ripley? I mean, I know it would be kind of weird to put a situation where Rhea and Jordan's potential first big match and she goes out and loses. But you know what? There's no shame in your first big showing to go into a match with the ace of the women's division, in my opinion, and Rhea Ripley. Because Charlotte Flair is going to face Tiffany Stratton for the women's championship on the SmackDown side. That's pretty blatantly obvious given the promos that have aired around Tiffany's matches and promos in recent weeks since she won the championship. So Jordynne Grace is in a really good spot right now to be presented as one of the biggest stars in the women's division. She's ready for it. I cannot wait to see what this woman does. Like she has become an absolute superstar. And I think really what this is a product she was such a big fish in what was a small pond in TNA, but she's a big reason why TNA is back in the position of where it is, being thought of much better as, to the point of, hey, WWE calls them up saying, hey, let's work together. Jordynne Grace deserves a ton of credit for that. And Joe Hendry deserves a ton of credit for that. I mean, obviously Nick Nemeth, Moose, and some of these other names. But Jordynne Grace was really one of the people at the forefront of this whole thing. And now she's in WWE. Like I said, I could totally. A lot of people are going to say Io Sky is the favorite. A lot of people will maybe migrate to Liv Morgan because Liv Morgan. Do they want to go back to Rhea Ripley? I don't know why. Charlotte Flair is going to be out there. Becky Lynch is going to be out there. Like, there's going to be some names in this match. They haven't done a really good job of building to it, but I absolutely think that this has to be considered and thrown on the table that Jordynne Grace, and really in her first official WWE match as a contracted performer, could go out and win the Women's Royal Rumble on Saturday night in Indianapolis. So that's going to be interesting to watch. We'll have a lot more content leading into the Royal Rumble and out of the Royal Rumble. Really exciting time in pro wrestling. Anyway, I will talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.